This week on the Virtual Boys.
You're not really a king. Your crown's not even made of gold.
What? But my name is King Knight!
You can find the Virtual Boys on their website at virtualboys.xyz. While there, you can subscribe, check out the latest Nintendo news, join in some great discussion, read extra opinions about Nintendo, and even follow us on social media. We hope you enjoy the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Virtual Boys podcast. I'm David, accompanied with Skylar.
Steal thy shovel.
And Jordan.
Let's get digging.
As well as James.
Prepare to taste justice! Shovel justice!
Yeah, well, the fruits of my research are no mere trick.
Plague Knight.
Hadouken!
Wait a minute!
That's out.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah! Street Fighter Night.
No, it's
Fight
Shovel Knight
all
night.
night.
In case you couldn't tell, this week's episode is mostly about Shovel Knight, but we're going to talk a little bit about some of the games that have come out and some of our opinions about them. Let's first talk about Triforce Heroes. I mean, we did a whole episode on Triforce Heroes a couple weeks ago, and we talked about some of the things that we loved and everything, but now we've been able to play the game.
Except for me.
Yeah, except for Jordan.
I'm the odd man out.
He's the purple Link.
The purple
Yeah, he's
Link.
purple Link.
Sorry, I stole your joke. we just crashed right into that there. I'm sorry.
But yeah, since we've been able to play it, we've been able to...
I don't even get my own jokes.
Fire burn!
Yeah, it doesn't. So now we have our own opinions about the game, and, well, I think it's unanimous that it's a good game, right?
Man, no, I'm kidding. I really like
I
it.
think it's decent. It's alright. It's hard to play with people online that don't know what they're doing.
True. I will say it's a lot better than I thought it'd be. It exceeded my expectations. However, it's not at the same caliber as other Legend of Zelda games.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a fun multiplayer game. I love it. It just helped that it had Legend of Zelda added to it to, sell it better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Link goes to France.
Well,
Yes!
Yeah, you're right.
Link goes to France.
And tries
That
different
is
clothes. And has a great time with two other people who can be the stupidest people on Earth. Could be really fun to play with. It just depends on the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
it looks like what they meant to do with Four Swords to begin with. It seems more puzzle-oriented than the original Four Swords were. And
That's true.
Stuff, but that's just me observing.
more
Yeah,
co-op
Four
on
Swords seem to be a game more about the competition of collecting as many rupees as
Right.
you can, while still working through a few puzzles to get to the end.
Yeah, they're like few puzzles, but it's much more dungeon-oriented.
Triforce Heroes looks like what I imagined Four Swords would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think you're right.
I really do like Triforce Heroes. I have a good time playing it. I think the reason why I got low rating is because it's just not the Zelda game that we wanted. And I think that really affected its ratings. A 5 out of 10 is not. This is
Wait, who
at
gave it
least
a 5 out of
Games
10?
A lot of.
I think.
Really?
Yeah, it's definitely a 7 out of 10. Not a 5 out of 10.
It's absolutely not.
It's not the best Zelda game, not even close.
No, not even.
I don't know why it's canon, but it is.
They canonized this game.
It's in the timeline.
It's in the timeline. It takes place after Link Between Worlds for some reason.
Well-
But they're like, it takes place a few years after it. I'm like, okay, then why does Link look the exact same age? Like a little 12-year-old boy or something.
Yeah.
That's,
It's the same
gone to
Link
describe.
then?
It's the same
Yeah, it's
Link.
the same Link.
For
He
some
just
reason.
dyed his hair.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess they also crammed the
Yeah.
other Four Swords into it. I would have imagined that this would have been put with the other Four Swords on the timeline, though. No?
He
Well-
doesn't use the Force Sword.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't?
No,
No.
it's the
three
basic
separate
story
links.
is you, in a sense, are always Green Link, even if you're assigned as blue or red.
Okay.
Like, you're the main Link, and you're just working with other heroes
you're working
that
with other
have been able to
heroes.
fit the same
Your
description
Link-
as
Your
Link.
Link is the Link of your universe, pretty
Yes.
much. But it's the same Link from the Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're playing in a bunch of different universes.
Kind of like your Mewtwo is the only Mewtwo that exists in your world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
In Pokemon terms.
So, it's a fun game. online I think can work, but like Skylar said, there are some stupid people and some trolls out there. So.
Oh my gosh, the guy kept running off the edge into the lava and killing himself.
I'm just grateful that I've been able to get decent guys to work with me.
Right.
It doesn't even happen every time for me. I just get so sidetracked at collecting all this stuff. I haven't even finished the game yet because of that.
Neither have I.
I was just like, I want all the clothes.
And like I've avoided first player, like
Yeah.
you know, just because I find it more fun to do with multiplayer.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I have fun when I'm with David and Skylar playing the game, but online is doable, and I've found ways to communicate through those limited emoticons for Link or whatever, you know, like.
Yeah, I wish you could tell which person what item to use though.
You just what you gotta do is just you gotta say, I'm looking at this person and then item, looking at this person item, and it'll say this person is curious about this person, and you say item, and sometimes they get it.
Sometimes, if they're really paying attention and or if they care, they will get it.
Yeah. Also, did you guys hear that it only sold about 42,000 copies the first week in Japan? It is officially the lowest selling Zelda game ever.
I think it did
Sonic Boom
better
did
in the
part of it.
end.
I mean, it probably did better in other places, but in Japan, it was like 42,000.
I think it did better in
compared to
Japan.
the 120,000 in the first week of A Link Between Worlds.
Yeah.
That's
What was The Link Between Worlds? Did that do bad?
No, that did fantastic.
Okay, I was going to say, that was a fantastic game.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's just comparing it, 120,000 copies in the first week down to only 40,000 in the first
Yeah.
week in Japan is a huge difference for a...
To be fair,
Okay,
this
this
game
is what it is.
sorry.
The first week in Japan sold 54,000 copies.
54, I was off by 10,000, but that's still really low.
It's half as much, yeah. It feels like a filler Zelda game. It doesn't feel
Oh,
like
it is.
a real...
it's a cash in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Just like a lot of the other Nintendo
Every
games that are
game
coming out
coming out.
There's
recently.
been almost no promotion for it. It was shown at like an E3, and that was it. Some TV ads. Not like Link Between Worlds, where we got entire E3s dedicated, or not E3s, but directs dedicated to Link Between Worlds coming into it.
Right.
It's like most things coming out for Christmas right now. It's a cash grab, just like Mario Tennis. And
Exactly.
like
Yeah, Nintendo just doesn't have much going on in this,
Happy Home Designer, Amiibo Festival, cash
in this
grabs.
holiday season.
Yeah. And speaking of cash grabs, or sellouts, we have Chibi-Robo Ziplash.
Yes.
Skylar got his hands on a copy of that game.
Chibi-Robo sold out to the snack food companies. Oh my goodness. I'm not even joking. Like, they give you advertisements for the snacks you collect in the game. Like, you get the snack, and the reward for the snack when you give it to the person is they tell you an advertisement.
They give you a little commercial for Hershey's,
Basic,
right?
yeah, little commercial for Tootsie Rolls. It's like, oh, I love Tootsie Rolls because it was fake chocolate, but it still tastes like chocolate, and blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah,
I mean,
blah. It's like, shut up. I know what a Tootsie Roll is, okay? Like,
I mean, Pikmin had some thing where they had like the yogurt company or like
right.
yeah, they had some things, but Duracell, but this is just a little too far because they give you detailed things about it. Oh, that's fun and all, but you know,
Right.
are you Wikipedia now, or because
it's
you're definitely
almost-
getting paid to say this?
Yeah, it was almost like in Pikmin 2, for example, it was like almost Easter eggs if you could recognize some of the brands
Right.
that the things
Right.
came from. I mean, when you're a little kid playing it, you might be like, oh, that's a battery, or oh, that's a lid, but you sometimes don't recognize the brands, and a lot of other people did. And they had a whole bunch of lists at the end of the end credits. I was like, thank you to all these companies for letting us use their products.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a sellout. Pikmin 2 was like...
Yeah.
It was dedicated to treasure finding and all this, and they didn't throw it in your face like, oh, this is yogurt or
Yeah,
something.
well, and just having real world items was part of the joke for Pikmin.
Right,
Yes,
right.
absolutely.
And the thing with Chibi-Robo 2 is it doesn't feel like Chibi-Robo anymore. They
Yeah.
just kind of stuck him into a platformer. The world doesn't feel that big around you. It feels like it's Chibi-Robo size, honestly. Like, the whole world just fit to him. He's not searching this huge environment, you know, what's on that couch? I can't get up there yet. Like, kind of stuff, you know what I mean? The original Chibi-Robo had.
So it feels like Chibi-Robo is almost life-size, facing a bunch of challenges that are his size.
Yeah, he's facing
That's
a bunch of
lame.
challenges that are his own size most of the time.
So we've heard about all the aesthetics. What about the gameplay?
The gameplay, so the main game plays fine. It's just really boring and bland.
Okay.
Like, when you play through the game, it just feels like you're, cookie cutter platformer. Like, you jump here, you use this whip here to swing across. Like whatever. But what is the most frustrating part are the special challenges, like the special vehicles that they use. Like the submarine is the slowest thing I have ever used in my life, and in video game history ever. The thing, like if a monster shoots something at you, it takes forever for you to try and dodge it, so you will get hit. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Like you see that thing coming a mile away, you have to start moving immediately, or that thing will hit you. It's like
Yeah. I've also heard terrible things about the random stage selection that they do. Like, you don't get to pick which level, and it's not necessarily linear.
Right. It's not. So they have a spinning wheel in the game that every time you beat a stage, you spin this wheel, and whatever number it lands on, that's the stage you go to. It's great, and you can't fight the boss. And you can't fight the boss without beating all the stages.
Oh, fun.
So
Yeah.
it's and the levels are long. They are really long. If you get stuck doing a stage you don't want to do, you're going to be out there for a while.
But the bosses look really good.
Yeah, the bosses are pretty fun, except for the submarine boss. The submarine boss was a nightmare. He's like, you just can't avoid anything, and he just hits you. So like, Chibi-Robo, it's a very lackluster title, sellout game. I don't know what they were trying to do. If this is the last stand for Chibi-Robo, they have problems.
So
this might be the end of Chibi-Robo?
It might be the end of Chibi-Robo.
Which is sad because it ends on a horrible note.
Yeah, they didn't give it a good chance.
No.
That's for sure. They didn't make a Chibi-Robo game. They just stuck Chibi in a platformer.
So, Skylar, to finish up your thoughts on Chibi-Robo, how would you rate the game on a scale of 10?
Probably like a 5 or 6. It's pretty bland.
See, that deserves
It's like,
5.
6 seems a little high compared to what you've been describing it.
It works.
That's true.
Like, the game
Okay.
works. It's just bland.
I guess we need to come up with a metric, though. Like, what constitutes a 5? Is that average? Or is
5 is average.
5 is average?
Like, it's
Okay.
workable. Like, the game plays fine. You can beat it. There's no bugs. It's like,
But it's
works.
nothing special.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not Sonic 06 bad.
No,
right?
it's not Sonic 06 bad.
It's not Ocarina of Time
Oh, man.
fabulous.
You know what the worst part about Sonic 06 is? I bought a 360 because of it.
Yikes.
It's like, Xbox is like, yeah. And like, Microsoft are like, yeah. And Sega's like, dude, we screwed them again. Let's good job, guys.
Anyway, so
High five.
that is
What
that is
the heck is
Skylar's
Sonic?
official review. That is Skylar's official review of Chibi-Robo Ziplash, a 5 or 6 out of 10. All right.
Yeah,
So
that's-
5.5.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Cool.
go.
5.5, we'll do that.
It's definitely worse than Triforce Heroes. Triforce Heroes is better. Sorry.
Triforce Heroes
Yeah.
is better. I still think. But
James and I picked up Triforce Heroes. Skylar's the only one that picked up
The
Chibi-Robo.
best game on this list, though, Yoshi's Woolly World.
And that is the final game that we will talk about in this first segment. Let's just give a quick rundown. What did we love about the game?
Dude.
It's finally a classic Yoshi's Island again. That's decent and good. Not like the DS one where it was kind of just...
Rehash.
Yeah, rehash.
Yeah, it's like,
Beautiful.
yeah, it's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
Oh my
the
God.
aesthetics, awesome.
Well-
the way that everything's made out of fabrics and yarn, I love it.
I enjoy it, but I can see myself getting really tired of it by the end.
Really?
Really?
Just...
Oh, they change every stage, though. Every
they?
single
Every
stage is different.
Every single stage has a new
Idea.
way or new idea to do things.
Yeah.
Like there's one where Yoshi sticks to the fabric and can basically defy gravity.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And I mean, you can fly during one of them. I mean, there's a lot of really cool, awesome ideas in
Yeah.
Yoshi's Woolly World.
Like that curtain level I showed you, that's
Yeah.
one level.
They have
Oh,
a
yeah.
really unique.
That's-
They don't
They don't do
reuse
that ever again in the
Ever
rest of
again.
the
Ever
Wow.
again.
It's one level. It's like,
Creative.
And they have a unique. Underwater. I've never played it underwater. I'm just kidding. I'm just totally kidding right now. But no,
it's
even they have
fantastic.
underwater like lava and the classic things. But then the unique things like the curtains and the the zero gravity fabric Velcro whatever.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like I thought that too. When I get into it, maybe the aesthetic will get old. But they change every level's different. Every level plays a different way. Like, no two mechanics are the same, which is really cool.
My only issue with repeated themes in the game were the bosses.
Yeah, they
A
Oh, that
lot
is
of
an
them were
issue.
rehashed.
well, they reuse the boss, but he fights differently every time.
yes, he does fight differently, but I mean,
why
they
can't
could have
you
used
just-
a different character to do the same type of fight.
Exactly.
I mean, it would have been
It's
nice.
kind of like boring. Like I like to look forward to bosses. Yeah, I want to be scared. I mean, I know in a Yoshi game you're not gonna be scared of bosses per se, but I wanted to be at least like, okay, here it comes. But after a while, I started, okay, it's just gonna be a rehash of an old boss, and it was.
Yeah.
So
The final bosses are always different, though. It's generally just the two.
that's
fort
true.
in the middle.
Yeah.
So,
But given that, a lot of the a lot of the other like minor like enemies are really unique and fun. Like, and I love like when you throw a yarn bottle at some of them, it goes like whoosh.
It's like slaps them in the face.
Like, take that.
Sound effects are great. Plus, they reuse some of the Wario Land Shake It sound effects.
Yeah, Wario Land Shake It and Kirby's Epic Yarn sound effects. Like it's
the same studio that did all 3 games.
Yeah,
so
Good Feel is I love Good Feel.
I love how Yoshi just completely devours his enemies.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing left that.
Shy Guys are so
sucking up all of it.
adorable in this game.
Yes,
Shy
they are
Guys.
adorable. The ones that are sleeping and
Tear them
Oh my
apart
God.
alive. Unravel them.
It's like I'm gonna slurp you up
I
like
love
spaghetti.
what are the moles called again? I forget.
Monty Moles.
Monty Moles. Like the way they run around is like,
My moles are hilarious in this game.
they're like arms are flapping around as they run.
and then they hit into walls. They're like,
They're like
so
bounce
good.
off. It's great. Oh my
So
gosh.
funny.
Like this game's got so much personality.
Yeah.
It just reeks of it.
The best skin for Yoshi, Hot Cocoa Yoshi.
Hot Cocoa Yoshi. He's smooth.
He's so smooth.
He's so smooth.
I still prefer Black Yoshi after you finish the game and rescue all the Yoshis.
Black
Like the
Yoshi.
regular Yoshis.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry.
You're
Yeah.
not supposed to know that.
Well,
What?
you see them get eaten at the beginning. You see them being unraveled at the very
but
beginning of the
I
game.
didn't even expect that.
Yeah,
at
to get
all.
them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you collect Yoshis as you play the game. Like that's what you get for each stage. But
So
Hot Cocoa Yoshi, a Watermelon Yoshi,
Watermelon Yoshi.
Watermelon Yoshi. he's my
anyway,
favorite. Eat that
so
watermelon.
what are your personal ratings for this game? I mean, we've all looked at it. Jordan, you haven't played it as much as we have.
Nah,
but
I have a very small first look at it. Pretty
all
much.
right. So Skylar, what would you rate it?
Yeah, I'd give it a 9. Easy.
A solid
Wow,
9.
Like,
that's pretty high.
I love that game so much. I loved it so much I 100%ed it in the first week I bought it. So like,
Yeah.
gorgeous and like it's so good. Such a good game.
James, what would you rate it?
I give it a 8.9. Not quite a 9 because 9 I think it is just missing 9 would be like missing a few things from perfection. But
Was it 8.9 essentially the same thing though?
no, because I want to say it's missing a few things, but it's not. It's missing more than a few. Like,
Okay.
Anyway, that's just my opinion. Like, the boss is being repetitive. The biggest thing.
That's like my 1 point.
Yeah, I understand
That's
that.
true.
I don't know if I could give it an official rating. I haven't played it as much either, but I have watched most of it. If I had to say, I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10, simply because,
I'm feeling an 8. but-
I mean, it's a beautiful game. I loved playing it, but there are just a couple of things that I wish they'd done. I mean, I was expecting 7 worlds instead of just 6. There were only 6 worlds. I
They're
mean,
long worlds though.
they are pretty long, but I
Well,
mean,
and
for a
especially
standard
if you-
Mario type-ish game, there's usually 7.
Well, especially if
different
you like
worlds.
complete
There
each
are
level.
2, but there are 8 levels in each. And like Mario
That's
games,
true.
Mario games are like 4. So
That's true.
that's
But,
almost double.
I mean, I don't know. I just felt like I was expecting a little bit more from the game itself, but that's just me. Anyway,
I thought it was playing along.
Jordan, what would you give it with your preliminary ideas?
8, probably
8?
7.5. I'm a bit harsher of a critic though, so
Yeah,
Perfection
I'm harsh with
being...
certain games.
perfection being.
Yeah, what would your perfection
I don't
game?
give 10s very often.
Well, if you had to give it 10, which game would it be? It could be any
Metroid
game.
Prime,
Metroid
Ocarina
Prime.
of Time.
Galaxy.
Figures.
A non-Zelda, non-Metroid one would probably be. Oh, that's actually hard.
It's hard, yeah. It's hard.
Anyway, we can
That's
talk
why.
about
That's
those
why
other
9.
games
That's why I
later.
feel like 9 out of 10 is a big deal because 10 out of 10s
Yeah.
are hard to come by in this.
10s is possible.
I don't know. I just love this game.
I loved it too. It was gorgeous.
10s have to be games that I'll just go back to like over and over and over again and never get tired
That's
of
a good
it.
point. So yeah, for you listeners, I guess this is how we're going to define our rating system from now on in the future. 10 being perfection, 5 being average. Does that sound
Pokemon.
right?
Sure.
In that case, Pokemon.
I mean, we can fine tune it later, talk about other details. Anyway, I think that's it for these 3 games. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. Let's jump into a little bit of some Nintendo news that has happened, especially since there's been some big announcements. First of all, what did you guys think of Miitomo?
Miitomo is the app that is coming out for Nintendo. That's the first one with DNA out of their 5 games they're going to be making. But no one was expecting this. This was really the unexpected. Although maybe we should have expected it.
I had very, very, very low expectations. They still did not meet that.
But George, your low expectations are everyone else's high expectations. So
What?
right? 10.0 and all. I'm just kidding.
I mean, it looks like a messenger app, but at the same time, have any of you played Tomodachi Life?
Yes.
Yeah.
I own it.
I love Tomodachi Life. I just love the randomness and it kind of sounds like what they're going with this app, because what you do is you create your character and you give it a personality that's similar to yours, and then it reacts with the memes.
Yeah.
When Tomodachi Life, when it interacts with the memes, crazy stuff happens.
Right.
And it's so fun to happen.
I wonder if it's going to be like that, or if they're just going to talk to each other as their me personas.
Who knows how it will be, because they didn't really go into too much detail.
Yeah, they didn't show much, like anything nowadays. So they haven't shown much at all.
I mean, I already wrote an opinion piece on what I think about this announcement. I mean, it's on our website if you want to take a look at it. I'm just not excited for it. I just really don't think that this is a good first title, especially when Nintendo made a big deal to keep it secret for like the last 6 months. You remember when they announced in March, or I think it was March, right. Oh, we're coming out with new games. We're jumping into the mobile market with DNA. But we're not going to tell you what our first title is. I think it would have gone over a lot better if Miitomo was at least like announced back then, instead of making it a secret and then having this like huge reveal that had, some hype building up into it.
I wonder, it's like when Nintendo revealed the Wii U. They're like, hey guys, isn't this the best thing ever? And everyone's like, that was a really good controller for my Wii.
So wait, is this going to be the first mobile? So where does Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Go isn't technically Nintendo or DNA.
No. It's not DNA.
It's not
Nintendo, though, right?
It is Nintendo.
Okay.
Well, it's mostly through the Pokemon Company,
which is owned by Nintendo.
Right. But it's not part of their new mobile strategy. I mean,
well, it is, but it's not part of the 5 games with the DNA contract.
Right, but also people tend to forget Pokemon Shuffle, which is a mobile game. They're also forgetting the Pokemon, the Pokédex that was released for iOS. Yeah. I mean, Pokemon's already been in the market.
Right.
It's just, this is not Pokemon, and it's like Nintendo itself, like the big company saying, we're going to start putting our IPs into mobile,
like,
other than Pokemon and such.
It's like what happened with Tembo.
Right.
And see, I think Nintendo should have done something similar to Pokemon Go to another franchise. Like an actual game with a series that people actually care about, not Mii's.
You mean like Nintendo Go, but Pokemon Go, but how would you go? Like, what IP would be good?
Mario fits anywhere. You can literally slap Mario's face on anything.
So, but Mario Go, where you go?
Well, they did it with Puzzle Dragons. They put Mario's face on
right, but I'm
that.
saying...
Well, I don't think Jordan necessarily means like a Pokemon Go, but like
that's what it sounds like.
Like a game for mobile or some other type of social thing that features other IPs rather than just the Mii's.
Because Pokemon Go is like a really good idea for what the Pokemon universe is. Do something Mario-related that fits along.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be an augmented reality. It just needs to be something on mobile so people can start seeing more Mario again.
I mean, heck, if they wanted to, they could port more like Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3 over to mobile devices.
Bring the virtual console platforms over.
Yeah, that's what Sega does with all of their Sonic games.
I mean, a good app game for Nintendo, like if you want Legend of Zelda, just have like a puzzle. Just be a puzzle app.
A Sudoku for Zelda.
Sudoku Zelda?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Some kind of... Well, that would sell like crazy because Japanese people love Sudoku. But, but like, so there's so many possibilities. I mean, you could have you could go freaking pinball with some of the IPs,
Metroid?
like Metroid Pinball.
Again.
That game probably would have fit way better on mobile than on the 3DS.
Yeah.
There is still 4 more games, so we don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
I imagine there will be an Animal Crossing like game for an app as an app.
They could also do like Kirby's Canvas Curse or something.
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of things that they could do, and that's why I think people are upset with Miitomo. I mean, investors have dropped out, essentially. Nintendo dropped 15% in the first week I mean, they've leveled out now, but they dropped 15% in their shares because of the Miitomo announcement and the My Nintendo thing, especially with it being delayed to March 2016.
Yeah.
And now 15% in stocks is a $4 billion loss as a company's worth, which is an insane amount of money. I mean, it's not going to affect Nintendo in the long run, and it essentially puts them back to where they were before their DNA announcement. But at the same time, I still think that it would have been better if this game was announced back at that original announcement.
Yeah.
And then they could have been building up the hype for their first IP to come that's not the Mii's.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder why it did drop so much, though, because I understand Miitomo being a failure, but My Nintendo looks really good. I mean, it's not like a look that I'm talking about. It's how you described
definitely.
it.
That system is great.
And so I'd be pumped as a stockholder. I mean, yeah, sure, the Miitomo maybe not be what I was expecting, but man,
the My Nintendo news,
it'll work at a theme park.
like with My Nintendo, it links all of your accounts into one.
It's great.
That's the thing. Like, so you
and
buy
the
a version of the
points
game.
come from you buying the game and playing the
Right.
game.
Right. My Nintendo's going to be fantastic, but people are looking for the investment that's going to make money now. They're looking for the mobile market, which is huge, which has been tried and tested with popular and failures of games. Mm-hmm. And so as soon as these investors and all the people that bought stocks in Nintendo saw that Miitomo was going to be the first game into that mobile market, they jumped ship because they're like, no, people want Mario, people want Zelda, people want games that they can actually play, not another messenger. That's where I think this big investment drop is coming from, is because these people jumped on for the mobile market announcement and were hoping to get more out of Nintendo for the mobile.
Yeah.
People were expecting a Mario-like game on the smartphone device. I mean, it's impractical to imagine an entire game on the smartphone, but at the same time, that's what people were expecting, were big IPs, big games, like not low-budget things, like stuff that would actually make people interested in Nintendo.
Yeah, it's just going to always be low-budget things, except for maybe some virtual console releases, because Nintendo's not going to compete against itself.
No, they won't. Absolutely not.
Department.
Right.
And, I mean, essentially these mobile apps are all going to push towards hardware sales, which is what they really want, because Nintendo's hardware sales make them a lot of money, because then they can get more software sales.
Yeah, it's almost like, advertise this baby game here, and then they can buy the real thing when they come over to the console, you know what I mean? So this is probably what Pokemon Go is going to end up being.
Yeah.
Just like a lackluster Pokemon title.
Yeah, I can imagine the gameplay is going to be, like, the battling system is going to be pretty weak.
Yeah,
I really think that
Or we'll be really impressed. I don't know.
I think Pokemon Go is going to be great, but I think that people are overhyping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot of hype.
There's tons of hype for that.
A lot of hype.
They find Pokemon everywhere? What?
A lot of hype.
Yeah, like a Charizard in my swimming pool. It's going to be great.
I caught a Charizard. Charizard.
Charizard.
Live, Charizard, live!
No.
Honey, get the lighter. I'm going to light this tail.
Where's that oil? Come on.
If
Spray the hairspray.
Burn, you darn it, burn!
Burn, dang it. What are you doing to your phone, dude? Charizard!
Where's my Pikachu defibrillator?
Oh my gosh, Pikachu defibrillator. Patent pending.
Patent pending.
9,000 volts in each cheek. Let's go.
Clear.
Anyway, speaking of hardware sales, Microsoft has been talking a little about the NX. Well, at least Phil Spencer has.
Yeah, Phil Spencer gave a quote. I believe you have it on your computer.
Oh, yeah, I've got it right here. It says, "I'm not sure what Nintendo's doing. I hear the same rumors and stuff that you do. I guess we'll react to that when we know more. Nintendo's always been innovative. They've always differentiated in their own way. They've always danced to their own tune, if you will. It wouldn't surprise me if they do their own thing when the time is right. When they've done it, what they've done is unique and different. How they'll compete with us remains to be seen."
Yeah.
I really like Phil Spencer. And I like a lot of the main Xbox department right now because they seem to be pretty Nintendo friendly. I mean, there was when the first E3 that Phil Spencer came on, he had every developer when they would go on stage, it would have to list like what their favorite game was, and a lot of them were saying like Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Kart, and all this stuff, and they were like doing all these advertisements for Nintendo series on the Microsoft E3.
Plus, Phil Spencer was saying in like a tweet or something that he wouldn't mind helping Nintendo get the rights for Banjo-Kazooie in
Smash Bros.
In Smash Bros.
Right?
Yeah.
He seems like he's a guy who grew up on Nintendo games and is running Microsoft.
A lot of people do. A lot of people did. They grew up on Nintendo.
But he's basically just saying he doesn't know what's going to happen. They know just as much as we do.
Yeah, just nothing.
Yeah,
so.
and he's not a third-party developer, so he wouldn't know.
I'd imagine that they might have some inside sources. I mean, Nintendo's already given out their dev kits to many third-party developers.
Well, I mean, and I don't know what it's going to be with the NX, but I doubt that Microsoft's going to jump like they did with motion controller with like Kinect and whatnot.
No, it's way too late for Microsoft to change gears. Microsoft has their own plan. I don't think Nintendo's going to still sit in their main little corner out there doing their own thing, not really interacting with Sony or Microsoft like they have been.
Well, because they're getting towards like virtual reality. Like that's where they're going towards it. Pretty sure. Like
maybe.
Well, I mean, have you seen those the actual...
Yeah, the VR things. I'm trying to remember.
Facebook owns them.
Well, Oculus Rift. Yeah.
Facebook owns the Oculus Rift, which is technically like the most innovative out of all of them so far.
Well, then you've also got Sony's.
Yeah, right. Sony's working on it too.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that's probably the direction that those companies are going to be going in.
But the biggest problem with virtual reality is you have to have a big cable connected to the computer. Like there's no wireless or anything. Like you have to be connected. But anyway, that doesn't really matter, I guess.
But I don't think at all that's where Nintendo is going to go with NX.
No, NX, no.
So, and that's why I think Xbox or Microsoft's not going to really try to jump on whatever Nintendo goes on.
Yeah, it seems interesting how he says, I wonder how Nintendo's going to compete, because Nintendo's not going to compete. Nintendo's just going to continue doing their own thing. They're just going to make different kinds of games that Microsoft does not make, and Microsoft's going to be making their own kind of games.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nintendo does what Nintendo does.
It's true. I mean, the Wii was its own thing. I mean, motion control was fun, and everyone got on that. PlayStation and Microsoft. It was like, let's ride this train as long as we can.
You can play golf.
Star Wars Connect.
PS3 move.
You can dance with Han Solo.
Oh man.
Yeah, dance with Han Solo.
Yeah, Nintendo's going to do their own thing. It's going to be great.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
I sure hope so.
I'm excited for my Nintendo. My Nintendo's going to be good.
Yep.
I pray.
So there's a game that's launching this week. It's called Yokai Watch.
Yokai Watch. So that's like the big phenomenon in Japan right now. Huge among kids, and people were speculating that it could be the next Pokemon in America.
Yeah, Viz Media, guys that
promoted it.
Yeah, they're saying it's going to be the next Pokemon.
Maybe slightly biased because they're the ones who are producing it.
Yeah, and bringing it to America.
At least the anime. But or translating or localizing or whatever. But I got a demo of it on the eShop. And I believe Skylar did as well.
I picked it up too.
I'm not interested.
It was very lackluster.
So, before you go into that,
yes,
I had a friend who also picked up the demo. So I have not actually played it myself.
Neither have I.
And he said the same thing. The demo was really lackluster. But then he went and bought the actual game, and he said the demo was one of like the most misleading things he has ever played.
Gosh dang it!
Oh man, are you kidding?
What?
I'm not kidding.
Oh,
no way.
He says it's really good.
No way.
Why would you give the worst part of the game out in your demo?
He says it's one of the games that he's glad he didn't just stop at the demo.
Ah, crap. Well, this changes everything, ladies and gentlemen.
So don't play the demo, just buy the game.
Because the demo is, it's all auto attack, like, it's a spinning wheel, like, the gameplay isn't fun, it's tedious. So, I don't, what? Like, the game is just different.
Maybe.
I don't want to go and buy it and just be like, freak, I was lied to. This is exactly like the demo. Like, you know?
Yeah, I don't.
I think he just downloaded it emulator for it. Or
Yeah?
whatever.
Oh, we got the Japanese version?
Yeah, the Japanese version.
Oh, well. Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
Weird. I mean, I see all the Japanese references in the demo in the game, and oh man, it was great. Like that was cool. It's definitely you're in Japan. Like, you like Americans. There'll be some like confusing part, like how you take off your shoes every time you get into a house, and you leave it in the Ginkon, like at the front of the house. I know Skylar was like, "What's going on here?"
That's
Like,
fine. There's 3 pairs of shoes right there at the door.
it's like because you always take off your shoes when you enter a house, no matter where you are. Anyway, there's just like things like that can be confusing for American audience. It's a lot of it is like finding like the yokai, and that's just tedious as well.
Bug catching.
Bug catching. I mean, again, that's Japanese.
That's so
Japanese
Japanese.
kids do that.
Yeah.
It just feels like very kiddish. Very. I mean, and that's what it is. Centered for kids, but enjoyable if I was a 7-year-old. Not enjoyable for me now. Not like Pokemon.
Not like Pokemon, right? Or I can just sit down and play Pokemon and have a great time.
Right
now.
I wasn't having a good time. I was like, this is tedious.
Yeah.
But if the actual game is different than the demo, like
I'm just
the messenger. You're just
I'm just a messenger, so I'm not entirely sure about that.
Shoot. I guess one of us is going to buy the game and let everyone else try
maybe
it.
we'll flip a coin, figure it out.
I mean,
do you want that for Christmas?
I mean, there are no real reviews for the
He's
game
like,
yet.
no.
There are no real American reviews with number systems yet. But I just read an IGN article and an iDigital Times article, and they're both praising it for its gameplay.
No way!
Well, okay.
What the heck?
Why would you give the worst
The
part of the
demo
demo
is so
out to people?
misleading.
That's so infuriating.
Oh,
It's like here's a Super Mario underwater basket weaving.
well,
Have fun.
thank you. Yeah, thank you for letting us know that. We'll have to get back to you on the Yokai Watch then. Cause,
Nintendo, send us review copy.
come on!
We can hope.
Gosh, dang it! Oh man. Well, I guess I'll buy it then. Okay, fine.
We'll see.
Just buy it.
We can wait for other Nintendo sites to review it and maybe base our
But if
decisions off of them,
IGN
too.
gives it a good score,
It was just one guy saying it's not the next Pokemon, and that's what makes it good. And the gameplay is fun. Like he's like,
Yeah, maybe just keep your expectations low. Don't expect the Pokemon.
I wasn't expecting
revolution.
like Pokemon exactly, but I wasn't expecting like this whole like spin the wheel, don't even have to really do anything. Crap.
Yeah.
Like honestly, you just draw shapes on the screen or like you spin the thing, but then your yokai attack for you, like
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I will have to wait until it comes out. Anyway, to terminate this news segment, I thought it was really funny.
terminate.
I thought it was really funny that Best Buy is offering $10 in free e-pizza cash if you pre-order Xenoblade Chronicles X. Of all of the games that has absolutely nothing to do with pizza, Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Well, hey, you know, I mean, you get maybe there's in-game advertisements for Pizza Hut.
It's a pizza party game, right? Right?
Xenoblade sold out too! They're gonna give us a Papa John's commercial
No,
in
not
the
Papa
middle
John's.
of the
It'll
game.
definitely be Pizza Hut. It'll definitely be Pizza Hut.
No, it's Little Caesars.
No, like some like super awkward like commercial. In
Oh
the
my
middle.
gosh,
Oh
that'd be
gosh.
terrible. It's like, dude, I like Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
because
in
it's sizzly
a
hot.
essentially
Because it's
post-apocalyptic
sizzly hot.
future, they're going to have a commercial for Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd you get that pizza? Oh, we finally built a Pizza Hut.
I'm really feeling it.
Be like Code Geass all over again.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is.
Anyway, if you're interested in $10 of free pizza, pre-order the game from Best Buy.
Or get
And
the
yeah,
$90 bundle. Oh my goodness.
well, I think that's just about all the news that we have. Was there anything else?
No, that's it.
Cool. We'll take a break and we'll be right back with Shovel Knight.
Alright, now it's shovel time. Welcome. We're talking about Shovel Knight, probably the best eShop game to grace the Wii U in quite a while.
Or ever.
Ever.
Well, eShop is exclusive.
Yeah, well, yeah, almost now.
Well, it's not exclusive.
It's not exclusive anymore.
Yeah, not anymore, but I mean...
best freaking eShop game to ever grace the store.
Yes.
The game is so amazing.
Yes,
it is probably
so
one of my
amazing.
favorite games of this generation, period.
Indie.
Yeah, completely based off games from 3 generations ago.
Was it considered an indie?
3 or 4, yeah.
Yes, it's considered an indie because
Okay.
Yacht Club Games is an indie developer.
Yeah.
They do not work in-house
Right, but I
or
mean,
anything.
did Nintendo say, "Oh, this is an indie game"?
Yes, it's an indie.
And even
it was,
though it's in other consoles and everything, okay, cool.
It was originally an indie, yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Yacht Games
Nindy
was
with an N.
originally the people that worked on Shantae, right? They left way
I'm not
forward.
Yeah, I
entirely
think
sure.
so.
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I will
left
confirm that
way
information
forward
in a minute.
to go make their own thing.
Jeez.
So they're like, you know what? We're gonna make this better. Let's just go make Shovel Knight now.
Best idea ever.
They were funded from a
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Yeah,
It was crowd.
$300,000, 1 year development. So they made $30,000 each or something. I read the breakdown on their site. They said they should be getting paid $60,000 each for the work that they were putting into the game, but they were willing to do it because this was their labor of love, which is amazing, and they totally paid off for them. Because Shovel Knight is one of the best things to come out in such a long time.
Also, I can confirm that it was some of the developers that worked on Shantae. The studio was founded in 2011 by Wayward Technologies director Sean Valesco, and WayForward Technologies was founded in 1990 in America for developing games on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and they built Shantae and
Which was
a
a
couple
Game
other
Boy
games.
game,
Yeah,
originally.
for the Game Boy.
I feel like Shovel Knight is basically a tribute to all those classic games like Zelda 2 and Mega Man and Mario, or Mario
Ninja
Bros.
Gaiden.
3,
Yeah,
Ninja Gaiden. And,
Oh, absolutely.
but then at the same time, it's its own unique game.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yes, oh my goodness, it's just so good. Shovel Knight, the gameplay is fantastic. I like jumping on people with the shovel, bouncing all over the place, and getting nice combos going with that. And then if you have the black armor suit or whatever, it lets you power up the shovel to smash people with it while you're bouncing on them.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's such a good feeling when you pull that off.
I like the items too that you have in the game.
Yeah. The relics are awesome. You've got the relic that shoots fire out of Shovel Knight. You've got
so useful.
Yeah, you've got the ball that bounces all over the place, which can hit things multiple times if you throw it in the right way. You've got Skylar's favorite, which lets him completely phase out of
The phase
existence.
thing, that was so cheap. I was like, you can't touch me. It's
What was nice about that was it also stopped you, so you could
Right.
pause in the air.
Yeah,
So-
I use that a lot to save myself.
Yeah, it was so good.
I like throwing an anchor. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, the anchor. It's I feel bad. I missed most of the items my first playthrough, so I played the final boss without the chalices or anything. It's man, I don't know if I'm really good at this game or I'm just really dumb for missing all this stuff. I beat the game without anything pretty much. All I had was the phase item, really, that and the fireball. That's about it.
Yeah, I didn't get my items until near the end of the game too.
It's
I tried to find all of them.
Because it
that I
doesn't
could.
explain what they are when you're going through it your first time.
right.
Yeah, you don't know that there are secrets or anything, which is probably why it feels so good as an NES game, because, NES games, they came with instruction manuals, and if you read them, cool, but I remember as a kid, I never read those things, and I just jumped straight into the game. And Miyamoto said in an interview, good gameplay will teach you how to play the game while you're playing it.
Right.
Just like in Super Mario Bros., you're walking up, and you're oh, what's this question mark? You jump and you hit it, oh no, an evil mushroom or something, because you were just killed by the Goomba the screen before, but no, it levels you up, and it teaches you how to play the game, and that's exactly what Shovel Knight did. It's how do I do anything? Because they don't tell you anything. And then all of a sudden you can use your shovel to get past a barricade, and then you jump, and then you press down at the same time, and whoa, he's digging straight down, and it just taught you how to play the game, which made it feel so great. It felt like an old NES game.
Yeah.
It's hard too.
It is really hard.
It's not for babies.
No, it's not for babies.
It's not
Yeah,
for
some of the platforming is incredibly tricky.
Oh yeah, it felt good to have a challenge.
It was
I
a
just wish I
challenge.
had a run button.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shovel Knight moves a little too slow.
I never thought
my
that.
test,
Interesting.
My taste.
He's wearing a giant, bulky set of armor, you know.
True.
It's like, it'd be awfully hard to run in that
I wish
thing.
he could jump just a bit further and had a bit more speed.
Yeah. Well, Plague Knight's pretty quick
True.
in the DLC. Like, he runs pretty fast.
I love.
He also gets knocked back like no other, though. You
Ninja
take it.
Gaiden.
You take
And he
it.
slips and slides whenever you try to turn.
Yeah, it's like Plague Knight. What is this? You play like ice on your feet? Like, come on, dude. Every level's an ice level. Let's go.
How does he work in the ice levels?
It's
double
extra slippy. Slippery.
It's so good. That was the hardest stage for me until the final boss. The boss was actually pretty easy. The Polar Knight guy with Plague Knight was pretty easy.
But the gameplay, again, is just so fantastic.
Not to mention, Plague Knight was free DLC with the game too, and it's its own story, its own plot, and everything. It's just like if now for $15, it's like you're getting 2 games almost.
Now I just want to play Spectre Knight.
And play Spectre Knight.
Yeah. Spectre Knight would be awesome to play as with your gigantic scythe.
Sick.
Be able to fly.
So cool. But you
I think Shield Knight will be next.
Shield Knight.
She'll be
Yeah.
really cool. Like her story. Well, no spoilers. We can't.
Well,
talk
aren't they
about
doing
the
a
end of
gender
that.
bender version? Like, isn't that?
Yeah, that was one of the things where all the guys are girls and all the girls are guys in,
Yeah.
in the game. That
So
was
maybe-
one of the
Maybe they'll have Shield Knight.
the what do you call it? The goals that they had.
Oh.
Maybe they'll have Shield Knight replace Shovel Knight instead of.
They might, or they just make female Shovel Knight.
Oh, maybe.
And then make male
Knight.
male Shield Knight, which is what
Maybe.
it said. It's like they were gender swapping all the characters in the game.
So all the characters.
All of them. Like,
All of them.
So that would be so much work, but they said they'd do it if they got to a certain goal point, and they did.
All right.
So
it was Plague Knight one of the goals?
Yes, it
yeah,
was.
as well as 2 more of the.
That's why David
bosses.
mentioned Spectre Knight.
Yeah, and the multiplayer mode, which is supposed to come with the amiibo.
So they have to be working on this for quite some more time.
Oh yeah, they're still working on Shovel Knight content right now. They haven't released everything that they said they would.
I want to take a look at these. But yeah, anyway, how is the story?
It's a story.
I think it's better than a Mario story.
Oh, it's better than the Mario story.
Like, it's nice. Like, even when you encounter random people on the map, you know what I mean? Like, they have their own goals, like their own personality.
It's fun to read out loud.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it is a story, but I think it's better than most stories that we see in games.
Okay. I did like the ending. I don't know if we can talk about spoilers, but
Love story, you know.
Oh, it's so good. The ending was so good.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we probably
No
can't
spoilers.
spoil
Don't
that.
really want to spoil the game because that would be kind of a game to not a good game to spoil.
No, this game deserves to be played by
Yeah, yeah.
by a lot of people. It just
show.
demands it. It's so good. Like, just the different feels it can pull off. Like, the music itself feels like Mega Man music to me. Like, most of the music in the game is just like, this screams Mega Man here, or like, this little lick here reminds me a little of like Castlevania or something. Like, all the music in this game just, it harkens back to the old NES. And it's so nice to hear it again after so long.
Yeah, I really love the music. I especially like that after the music was written, the composer of the music took a program that basically runs NES library sounds, and then you can program it and set up loops to actually play the music with these sounds. So essentially, he could have taken the music and compiled it and put it on to an NES cartridge, and it would have run in the background. So it's like actual NES sounds as the background music of an NES-style game, which is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it totally paid off. Like, it just sounds amazing. I mean, there's so many good sounds.
True 8-bit.
Yep.
Right. And the cool thing is, I mean, they tried to keep a lot of the limitations that the NES had, but they used one of the Famicom limitations, which allowed for 2 more voices in the music, which is why the music is a lot fuller than some of the music like Mega Man or Mario or anything. It sounds a lot more like some of the, I think, Castlevania games that were released on the Famicom, where they just had those 2 extra tracks that they were able to put into the music because of the Famicom's limits.
Yeah, this guy is someone I look up to personally, like just writing music a lot of the time. Like, this guy is so fantastic, and his melodies are so great, and all of his harmony, they meld together in such a uniform way that it's his own style, and he's really letting it show in his music. And you could just tell that he put so much work and heart and soul into it.
Yeah, and he's generous enough to open up his Bandcamp page to pay what you want for the soundtrack for both the Plague of Shadows expansion and the original game. So, I mean, if you're feeling like it, you don't have to pay a single penny, or you can donate to him and get the entire soundtrack. I mean, and I love the music from the game. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
And it fits incredibly well with everything. So, another thing that we were thinking about talking about was the artwork, the sprite work that went into the game. What did you guys think?
Sprite work's fantastic. The backgrounds look really good. The game just pops. The colors are all there. The palettes work. They're not puke green on puke. So,
and speaking of the palettes, it's the same NES palette that they had to work with, except for 3 extra colors, is what the developer said.
And they use them in different and interesting ways. There's times when the game's dark, and the only time you can see is when it's lightning.
Yeah,
I hate that.
Sometimes
hate
it's really
that.
hard. Sometimes it's really hard.
Welcome to Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, it brings back nightmares of Ninja Gaiden. That's why.
But it was fun.
It's impossible! No! At least there's no birds. The birds weren't there.
I swear there were some
Actually, there were
times it felt like
ghosts. There were ghosts in that.
Yeah.
That were
ghosts are
almost as bad as the
killable.
birds.
So it was a lot
Actually, they
easier.
weren't-
It's a lot easier than Ninja Gaiden.
Some of the
But-
ghosts aren't killable, though. They just phase out of existence for a
Yeah.
second and they come
Right.
back.
But they're fine. You can get past them. They're not the birds or
But
the
it
one
just
ninja.
brought out a lot of negative emotions I had.
It's like
I'm so sorry. Well, you're at Virtual Boys, you can talk about it.
we have counseling. You know what? Just get out your rage right now.
Yes, I'm Von Schnitzel. I can help you with your appointment if you need it. Don't worry.
I don't know. There was still the ice level, which is kind of just done in every single game from the NES.
Right, yeah. This slippery, slidey ice world, classic stuff, but that's what they're going for,
I hated the wind. I don't know. I hate those kind of gimmicks and stages.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I thought it was fair, though.
But
True.
Yeah, the Propeller Knight stage, when I kept getting shot up into the spikes, that made me upset when I played that.
That's what the phasing is for.
Yeah!
I would use the phasing, but then as soon as I use the phasing, I drop straight down into an endless abyss if I'm not careful.
That's what the phasing is also for.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Slow it down and go phase.
Yeah.
All right, the wind's back. Go over.
Yeah, the phasing was so broken. You could break the entire game. It's I have to be good at this? Oh, it's good. Phase.
Just buy all of the magic upgrades and then phase everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it goes.
They give you plenty of magic to refill your bar anyway.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, plenty.
The game is very fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, very fair.
The game
It's hard, but fair.
Yeah.
Very fair.
You're not yelling at your screen, you
Yeah.
know, after you
and
lost.
it's pleasant to look at, like we talked about. It's pleasant to look at.
Yeah.
There are sometimes it's dark, but it fits.
I hated the potion things from Plague Knights. In the background, it just felt out of place because it didn't really look 8-bit. You know those?
Oh, really?
Oh, the
Yeah.
background images
Oh.
at the
In Plague Knight stage.
It just felt random and kind of forced.
I don't know. Maybe not from an 8-bit standpoint, but I really liked it because it was we're in a chemical lab.
Well, sure, but
It reminded me of some Mega Man stages, though.
but make it look more 8-bit. I don't know. Maybe it was still in the color palette, but didn't look like it could have been on an NES system.
Right, because they had to tile a lot of backgrounds and such on the NES, so we never really got that type of background detail in a lot of those
True.
games, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why it looks out of place.
I mean, I'm fine if they just make the game like an NES game. It doesn't have to be an NES game to me. They paid enough homage as is, just in the
Right.
game itself. It's fine. They made the improvements that I would expect from a modern game, like no glitching on the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah, no glitching on the screen. Thank you.
Yeah.
It sucks so bad.
And it's kind of funny, because
It's
they
an
were
NES
going
game, guys.
because they were going for an NES restriction. A lot of people on the Kickstarter started getting mad when they realized that they weren't going to put the game on an actual homebrewed NES cartridge, so they could play it on their NES. What? The developers are like, "Are you kidding?
This
Why
game is
would we do
way
that?"
too big for an NES.
They're like, if the music alone is like 500 megabytes or something like that just for the music and sounds. Like, there's no way we could stick it on that tiny cartridge, much less make it run.
Like, they make enough money off of that, too. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like, it's not worth their time or their money to compress the game. I mean, the NES was written in assembler, which I guess is a form of assembly language, and
probably.
assembly is just so basic and yeah, it wouldn't work. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah. So what's next on the list?
Well, we've talked about most of the major points, but is there anything that you think they could have done better? Like anything other than, some of the gameplay or art? Is there anything that stuck out to you the game that just didn't feel right or was just a little awkward?
Well, potions, but...
No, they get better. They really do.
Yeah?
Like, Plague Knight stage, when you get the first potion, it's kind of rough.
Oh, I was talking...
He's talking about this
Oh,
stage.
the background?
The background. Yeah, the background art.
I thought a couple of those color palettes kind of felt like a couple of Mega Man stages.
Did they?
Yeah, just like where you're in the dark places and there's just bright colors in the background.
Yeah.
Like, I feel that happened a couple times in Mega Man, especially in like 5 and 6, especially on the NES.
Segueing back into Plague Knight. I do not like playing as Plague Knight.
I love playing as Plague Knight. Like, I
It's
absolutely love the
I'd
Plague
rather
Knight
play as Shovel
expansion.
Knight.
For science! I love Plague Knight's got such good personality.
He does have the
his
personality. I just don't like how he
fantastic.
plays.
His lines
like,
are
Shovel
great.
Knight just plays better.
I love being
okay.
able to customize how I can attack my enemies. Like, you
Yeah.
can change how he throws the potions, how the fuses are set so that they can float up or explode when you push the button again. You can also make different attacks where you can throw your potions into a bubble and then it explodes across the screen and hits multiple enemies. I just really like the customization that Plague Knight allows for, and it really made it feel like a worthwhile expansion. And I've especially loved playing as Plague Knight, especially now that I have his controls, figured
I need
out.
to give him another shot then.
Yeah, he's super hard to get down at the beginning.
I just like being able
I
to
struggled.
use my shovel to kill people. Like,
Dude, shovel? Yeah,
it
shovel,
is sick, and like jumping on people with a shovel.
It feels so good. You don't get that with Plague Knight. But
Well, you can use the different bursts, which is kind of fun. You can you can shoot ice from underneath his feet with one of the bursts that you get, and it just kills everything below him. It's kind of cool. Anyway,
yeah, he's got a lot of cool powers.
I'm a big advocate for the Plague Knight DLC.
It's free. Just download it.
Play it.
When I downloaded the game, it already just came with the Plague Knight DLC.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's cool.
I got the game about a week before Plague Knight came out, and then I was able to update.
Yeah, I wanted to finish Shovel Knight first before Plague Knight came out, so I bought a little bit early on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So I could get it. Which that amiibo coming out is supposedly.
Is it not out yet?
It's not out yet.
Nope,
but
the amiibo is not out.
But it's supposedly going to unlock multiplayer in the game.
Sweet.
So like
I'm going to have to get that.
as different knights as well.
Okay.
So like you can play as other knights in the game.
Let's see what
pretty cool.
So one person is Shovel Knight, one person is Plague
No, you could pick from the knights.
Oh.
It's like that was one of the goals, stretch goals too. It was that you'd be able to play multiplayer with all of the knights.
With all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can be Spectre Knight,
That seems gross.
Back tonight.
Can I throw my scythe
And teleport.
and tell
Maybe. Who knows?
I guess
That'd be
so.
so broken.
That'd be so cool though.
So that means that they have all of them already made then.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess so.
the cool thing is if you're when you're at the very beginning choosing between Shovel Knight or Plague Knight, there's full artwork in the game
Right.
for both their face and for their sprite
Yeah.
artwork. So they obviously have it planned to add more characters in as they go, which is awesome because the game came out last year.
Oh, it's
Right?
only been 1 year.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it came out in 2014 and they're still adding stuff to the game,
Yep.
which is awesome for an indie developing company.
I don't think they're gonna make a Shovel Knight 2 for a while. I think they're just gonna keep adding to this one.
For sure.
Yep.
Trying to think of any complaints I had with the game. I mean, the controls, I guess, at first were just got used to, but
especially with the
used
B
to it, it's
button
fine.
being a jump.
being jump threw me off.
It was fine for me. I don't know.
It just threw me off and it was hard to get used to at first because I was used to, A being jump, B being the action button
pushing
because
up
that's
and
how
Y
I've been
from
wearing.
Well,
magic.
you could still change up the controls, can't you? I believe you can.
Oh,
Because I have.
you can.
Oh, that's right. I had to change how to use the magic item because I kept accidentally hitting the magic item.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't change it.
That
Me
would
too.
probably
I
be
would
very
use that
useful.
too.
It drove me nuts. I had to switch it to Y. 'Cause-
I haven't changed it because I'm so stubborn. I'm like, this is how they meant it to be. I will do it like how they meant it to be.
You just
But I
waste all your magic out of nowhere.
That's true. I kept doing the same mistake, like pushing.
But it has saved me as Plague Knight a couple of times near a pit.
You accidentally press it.
oh no!
Like, oh, good. Like, I use there's one relic that he gets that lets
I
him
didn't
shoot
mean
up
to do
into
that,
the
but
air with the
okay,
staff.
I'm okay.
And it's like, yes, an extra jump. Not only can I double jump and then do my boost jump, but then I can use a relic to shoot up a little bit farther. And that saved me a couple of times. So, but I mean, it would have been nice to have it with a different button. I mean, I can understand the criticism.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, especially when I'm trying to like hit something high up and I'm holding the up just out of reaction.
That's
and
the
it doesn't
system
work.
how I believe Ninja Gaiden does it for their magic items. So I think that's
up
where
in
they
the-
took it from.
That must be it.
But
Yeah, I thought there's so many more buttons you could use on the Wii U controller.
well, right.
though.
But they wanted to feel like I get why they put it there, but as soon as I just had to switch it over immediately. Like I couldn't take it.
Yeah, that makes
The
sense.
D-pad on the Wii U is just not as good as quality as the NES is.
I
So
wouldn't even say it's as good as the Wii controllers.
yeah,
Wow.
and so
Yeah, the gamepads. Yeah.
the gamepad just confuses on it gets confused on which direction you're pushing it.
The
Yeah.
D-pad on my new Nintendo 3DS works very well, though.
Yeah,
I
It's
really
more
like
clicky.
playing it on the. It's a lot more clicky.
It's more direct.
But I still use the slider on it. I don't know why. I just like the feel
Yeah,
of that. It lets me control like how much I want to push it, and lets me control my walk. I mean,
Yeah.
that might make it easier for Plague Knight. I don't know. That's just how I felt. Anyway, what were your favorite moments of Shovel Knight? Maybe let's do favorite stage and favorite boss.
Favorite boss? Spectre Knight. I mean, because it's like the first challenging boss, and because Black Knight's a piece of.
He's very easy.
He's easy. And then you get Spectre Knight, like, holy crap! Like,
This guy's real. It's
like,
like,
so I really like Spectre Knight. Favorite stage though would have to be Propeller Knight stage. Like, it's kind of out there, but
Yeah.
I like Propeller Knight.
yeah, that one was a lot of fun. Like, especially when the cannonballs shoot across
Yes.
the screen and you have to pogo stick on them to get
Yes.
across all the way.
Oh,
That was pretty
man.
cool.
It was challenging. It was nice. Like, that was
Yeah.
awesome. And
The wind on
yeah.
the stage.
like, even though the wind was kind of hard sometimes, I still thought it was fine. But
the wind was really annoying, but aside from that, yeah, Propeller Knight was probably the best stage.
yeah,
I think my favorite boss was Tinker Knight.
Tinker Knight is my favorite
so
boss for
good.
sure.
Tinker, you beat him up the first time. And
He's just
like,
tiny, like, oh
it's
no!
like- it's like, oh no, I actually have a giant death machine down here. So you want to go? Go
I was
for
doing-
real.
Ah! Now my voice is deeper now.
That was an awesome fight. Yeah, Tinker Knight's my favorite boss fight. I really like. Well, I love all of the levels, but I think my favorite level is Mole Knight stage.
Oh, that one was hard.
Like, it was hard, and it just felt so satisfying once I got past like the harder parts. Like, I just remember like the gigantic beetle thing that has the bouncy pad on its butt. Like, that was just a really fun way to get through an endless void pit. I mean, it's just awesome. Plus, you get the mole digging gloves there. I think that's what they are. That let you shoot through dirt blocks if you keep pressing the button. And I thought that was that was a pretty unique item for Shovel Knight to have.
Yeah,
Especially that bonus stage
I might
afterwards.
actually change my favorite stage to Treasure Knight stage.
Treasure Knight was fun.
you like
The
that one?
underwater
I
one.
really liked being able to
I just
control
don't
how
like
high you could
underwater.
jump.
You like the Mega Man water physics?
Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed that level too.
I thought it was
You're not alone there,
annoying.
Jordan.
Underwater
And then
levels.
you still have the
That's your
bubbles.
favorite
Favorite level?
Is the underwater level?
Yeah.
Wow. They
Well,
really
you're not
come along.
swimming in
Congratulations,
that one,
Jordan.
you
You are now the first person to ever like an underwater level.
Wow.
That's a great one. Good job.
My favorite stage is King Knight stage music. That's
King Knight, yes.
The music
pretty
is
good.
so good. It was like like
Oh, yeah.
it's so good. It's like regal 8-bit glory. Like
Well, and the boss, he's like,
you're not really a king.
He's
This
like,
crown's
what?
not even made of gold.
but my name is King Knight.
It's so good. And, like
Super
it's like,
easy, too.
The enchantress made me king. It's like, oh, It's like,
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna dethrone you. It's so good. My favorite boss. There's a lot of backstory, but I think can I say my favorite boss is like the hat person at the store. Like I love the hat guy.
That
That
cool.
was such a good fight. Like he's like, oh, can I have your helmet? He's like, no, actually, I can't take this off. It's my face, basically. This guy's like, oh yeah, well I'll fight you for it. It's like gets angry and starts attacking.
That's a boss fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
a
love
boss
how
fight.
after you beat him, you can chase him around the entire town and get like another 10,000 gold
Dude, oh my gosh.
off of all of his different hiding spots.
Dude, it's so good, man. Like he's like, I use my hats to fight. And Plague Knight, when he fights him, he's just like, so I'll take 10 of your finest hats or whatever. He's like, no, the powers only are for me, so you can't have them. And like,
Yeah.
Plague Knight's, do you have anything in hoods?
No, it was like blast-proof hoods or something like
Yeah,
that.
blast-proof hoods. He's like, no, I only make hats. Hoods are a disgrace or something. Like, it's so funny. He just takes off. Like the hat guy is my favorite. I love him.
I especially love how Plague Knight takes complete control of that village.
Yeah, like he takes over the village.
They're like, oh no, it's Plague Knight! And then these like other knights that are there to protect the town just come rushing out of nowhere, and you just have to kill them
yeah,
all.
you kill them all. It's so great.
But the hat guy doesn't have. It's not a level though.
It's
No,
not a level, but he's a boss
boss.
fight. Like he actually has the boss meter fill up when you fight him.
Okay, but it's not the same with traveling
Yeah,
wanderers.
the traveling wanderers.
It's the same thing. Those
They're
are all boss
bosses?
fights.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
all, they're just
I just never
like,
considered them boss fight. I just consider the
I mean, main boss fights are definitely the Knights of No Quarter.
Gotcha.
But
But it is
all
boss
of the
fight.
other big fights that aren't just standard
because I
enemies
remember
or
fighting the hat
bosses.
guy. I was just like, that was a boss.
Dude, he was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was the smartest idea. Like, have the hat guy fight you. Like, that's brilliant. Like, who else would think of that? It's like, I know. Let's make the guy who sells hats just get angry at you.
I could imagine that little meeting. They're like thinking up a new characters. Like,
Maybe
this
it's
guy
based off
has
that-
magic hats.
It was based off of the Happy Mask salesman, you know, like.
Dude, if Happy Mask Salesman fought me, I would be terrified. It's because it's the Happy
Well,
Mask.
He could
Those
transform
eyes
into
of his.
Mario.
He could transform into Majora. That's
Yeah, that too, huh?
Yeah.
At least
Okay.
before Skull Kid took the mask.
Yeah.
Be gone, troublemaker.
Use the steal your face.
So
Dude,
does
steal
the
your
hat guy? Does the
I
hat
know
guy
a
have?
song of healing.
Does the hat guy have like Majora's hat or something like that? Like,
No. But he like tucks his hats at you and stuff. So it was really cool.
I just especially love how Plague Knight's story fills right in with Shovel Knight's story.
Yeah.
Like, that is my favorite thing about playing as Plague Knight, is just seeing how the stories overlap. Like, you're at the Explodatorium where Plague Knight is the final boss, and you're playing as Plague Knight, and you get there, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I hear somebody coming, and he hides, and Shovel Knight's like, they just exchange the exact same dialogue as when
Right.
you're playing as Shovel Knight, and you're just like,
Yeah, Shovel Knight's like,
great.
come out, coward, or something, and then he's like,
Yeah.
shows himself, you know.
And then you fight Shovel Knight, and then you beat Shovel Knight, and you're going to collect his essence, and then Shovel Knight's like, nope, and smacks you with a charge shot and kills you and
Yeah.
takes his essence back.
Yeah, and
was
then you
awesome.
go steal it from him. But
But I mean, it just fit in so well. And
Yeah.
I mean, their next stretch goal, or one of their stretch goals, was another one of these boss knights to be playable.
2 more.
Oh yeah, 2 more. So it's like, how are these guys going to fit into the story? Because
Right.
they are going to probably want to do the same thing as they did with Plague Knight, rather than have a complete different story, but just have them like have different objectives.
and that's good. And you know, it keeps it in the same like a game. But at the same time, I was kind of like hoping for something not connected. I don't know, like
really,
yeah, because it kind of. I mean, I understand it's not supposed to separate game. It's DLC, so it probably shouldn't be too separated. But I wanted something that didn't have to do anything with that the other story. Kind of wanted. We did get another story, but not didn't need to be connected, and that kind of threw me off a little bit.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
But I can see. I also see where you're coming from for how good it was that it connected. But
just think of how much beforehand planning, brainstorming they had to do to intertwine these two games.
That's true.
I like the interaction between the two. I really hope that Tinker Knight is one of the two future.
Dude,
that'd be so cool.
You just get to see like different inventions.
That would be so great. Oh my gosh. Like Tinker Knight. It would be funny if King Knight was one too, though. Like, I'm going to take back my kingdom or something.
Although, wouldn't King Knight kind of play a little too similar to Shovel Knight?
Maybe.
Does King Knight use a shovel?
No, he doesn't use a shovel.
He uses magic, right? Like, he has
yeah.
Well, he has that confetti rain down.
Oh, gosh. Like, what is this? Like,
I mean,
is this supposed to hurt me?
Spectre Knight flies, so he'd be cheap.
Yeah, it would be cheap.
Mole Knight would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
That would be... I don't know if I'd want that. Yeah. If I had a preference, I wouldn't choose Mole Knight myself.
Knight, maybe?
Propeller Knight, maybe.
Propeller Knight would be so funny. He's like the freaking French swordsman. Like,
he gets the ladies.
He gets all the ladies.
I mean,
always.
Polar Knight could work
because
he's big, but he also definitely has his own story.
Well, yeah, at the end, like he's like alongside.
I could see Polar Knight being the one.
That could be interesting, actually.
But he played basically just like Shovel Knight with his giant snow shovel.
Just with a giant shovel.
We should try secrets sometime, Shovel Knight.
Oh, he'd be Shovel Knight on a harder difficulty because you just couldn't dodge things.
Yeah.
No, he smashes them with his giant.
Oh, okay.
He just like has to smack things back at people.
I don't know, but I'm really curious as to what Yacht Club Games is going to do next with Shovel Knight.
And Nintendo having first party Shovel Knight in Japan.
Second party, they're publishing it.
It's first party, isn't it?
Well, it's first party published.
Yeah.
But it's
in
Japan. I still believe it's considered second party.
Well, it's a second party game.
Right.
But it's first party published.
Okay.
Because Nintendo's publishing it.
Right.
So it's first party.
In Japan.
In Japan.
And so I think that just... I hope they keep the relationship with Yacht Club Games because I think Yacht Club really wants to be with...
Nintendo?
Yeah.
Nintendo. So.
Yeah. Shovel Knight for Smash. Let's go.
Please.
He deserves it.
How would you feel, Jordan, if they took up Metroid?
Oh.
Like a 2D Metroid?
A 2D Metroid?
Either 2D or 3D. I don't know. They're really talented at 2D for sure.
Really good studio.
They don't have much 3D work.
I think they would take some time, though, to do that. It would take a really long time.
It would, and they would need more staff. But
I would love it. I would love a Metroid off of Yacht Games. I don't know if that's exactly what they would want. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Especially if they worked on Shantae and games like that too.
It seems to be more platforming action. I mean, Metroid's action as well, but I don't know if they want ranged combat. They seem to be more into like the close combat.
Yeah, that's a good point. It was just an idea that popped into my head because, we have no idea who is developing the next Metroid title.
Yeah.
Not Metroid Pinball.
Oh. Federation Force?
Or Federation Force, but it's basically the same thing. It's pinball in a large scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Samus is in this game. She's just the ball you smack around. Federation Force.
Anyway, let's finish this up. How would you guys rate the game out of 10?
9.5.
9.5.
I loved it.
Yeah, I'd probably go along the same lines.
Yep. 9.5.
9.8. It's just almost perfect. They add more characters, and it'll probably be a 10 for me. I love Shovel Knight so much.
The music is slamming. The gameplay is really
Music's great. Gameplay is super fun. I love the story. It's just a great game.
It's fantastic.
So all of you listeners out there, if you haven't played Shovel Knight yet, go pick it up. Sorry if we spoiled a few plot points, but it's definitely worth your time. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Virtual Boys podcast. We really appreciate your help in making these episodes come to pass. Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Don't forget to check us out on any podcast app that you might have. We're available on the iTunes store. We're also available on Pocket Cast and Podbean and a bunch of other places that probably have our RSS feed. If you subscribe to us there, you can listen to the podcast as you please, and it'll remember your place. And then you can listen to some of these longer episodes that we have. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and be sure to check out the site for all of your Nintendo discussion needs. Thanks a lot, guys. We will see you next time.
Thanks.
Yep.
Keep on shoveling.
Bye.
Bye.